Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
Let's go.
Greetings, family. Greetings, family. Greetings, family. Greetings, family. Greetings, family. What's up? What a wonderful day in the morning. A wonderful day indeed. What a wonderful day in the morning. A wonderful day indeed. If you could hear me, put the number 1 in the chat. If you can hear your brother today. If you can hear me right now, put the number 1 in the chat. Put the number 1 in the chat. Put the number 1 in the chat. Yes, I want to see them ones. One. Not two. Once. if you could hear me now on your not only radio but also on your podcast, on your YouTube show. Yeah. Thank you very much, Bridget. Thank you very much, Stu. Thank you very much, Stu. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chicago. Praise 7. Thank you, Shades. Thank you for everybody. Also, let me check my Facebook account. Also, my Instagram. Okay, thank you very much, Daily Juice. Thank you very much, Diamond Light. Thank you very much. Thank y'all very much for direction. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you very much, KK Styles. Thank you very much, Haji. Thank you very much, Harold. Thank y'all very much on Instagram. Make sure y'all do what it's doing, scrolling on the bottom. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Man, it has been a weekend for real, for real. And when you link up with the international family, I think that's also important. Also, international family. So today's topic today. Oh, yeah, a lot of mercy. Today's topic. Today's topic. Let me give all of y'all a well-deserved round of applause for just coming on and sharing your love. Thank y'all very much. It's heartfelt. It is really heartfelt. And everybody, all my clients and everybody that supported me and voted for me for the award show this weekend. I brought home the Quartz Crystal Awards. Yes, I did bring it home. Yes, I brought it home. I brought 3 awards home. Actually, I got the Quartz. I have the one for the big one. I have the smaller one, and I have the one for my contribution as a team member. Because there's no big eyes or little U's in teams. So yeah, I played a team part, and when they need me, I'm there. They take care of me, and I let Billy and Elizabeth move at their own discretion when they deal with me, because I know they've always taken care of me. That's why nobody can say anything bad about them. They have taken care of your brother. They have taken care of Dr. B, and they've kept it always high vibrational, that couple right there. So I got to show them love and respect. And as much as they show me love, I show them love. As a matter of fact, I still got this running. Hold on.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually. Right. So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't. Yeah, his show is called, it was really based on Numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny. Yes. By King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
That's right. Let's give them a well-deserved round of applause. Beautiful couple. If you get a chance to meet them, you'll understand what I'm saying. You'll understand. And when y'all get to watch, if you are a part of Forbidden Knowledge TV or ForbiddenKnowledge.tv or ForbiddenKnowledge.com network, it's only $7.77 every month, and basic price, a cheaper price when you pay for the whole year. I'm subscribed to it. And when you get to watch the whole award show and the red carpet, because I was on the red carpet doing my thing with Justin, the son of Billy Carson, it's so important to see that the former wife came out and support Justin's mom, Nicole, born March the 21st. She came out and supported Billy and Elizabeth also. And I even asked her the question about, him being a former husband and how it feels to come out and support. And then she says, she really gave a great answer. So I love to see former husbands or wives or boyfriends and girlfriends still want to see their husband win, or still want to see their former or their ex win. That's very important. That's what family is really all about also. No matter if you're still with them or you're not, wish them well, wish people well. That's why today's particular topic is the numerovational and spiritual perspective of family expressed through King Simon. Is coming through me. all of these down there. And we're going to take a few calls today, but don't call me right now. The phone number will be right there, as you can see on the top. But I'm going to remove the phone number until I'm ready to bring y'all on. And, you can congratulate me for winning the awards, whatever you want to do. Let's do it today. And let's have some fun today. Try to be on for at least probably an hour or 2 hours, about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but remember, the phone number will be right there when I tell you to come on, 718-210-8853. And guess what? For those international people who want to call in international, you'll be able to use WhatsApp now because I have that phone line connected to WhatsApp, but just put +1 718-210-8853. But don't call me now. Don't call me now. Give me a little time. Real quick, because I do want to do what I have to do here to serve the greater community. I want to serve the greater community, and you can get to talk to me today, congratulate me, whatever, and also let's speak about your family. The topic is family and how important, whether it's your biological family, whether it's your friendship family, whether it's your business family, whether it's your job, your abundance circulation family. And what I mean by that, I want us to stop saying I have to go to the job. I shared this with a friend, associate and friend of mine here about the different words to use instead of the word job. And what did I share with her today? Because she said she had to go to a job, and I said, call it the AR. I'm going to the AR, or going to the abundance role, or the abundance offering, or the abundance exchange. Because when you go to work a job, or abundance circulation, because when you're going to work a job, people have gotten the word job, made it a negative acronym, just over broke. When actually it's not negative for someone to go and work a job. Nothing wrong with going to work a job, but change the language. Call it an abundance circulation or an abundance exchange. I'm going to my AE. I'm going to my AC. I'm going to my AO, my abundance offering, or my abundance circulation. Because when you work for people and they circulate finance, you're circulating your time and your energy, and they circulate finance for your time and energy. So let's call it an abundance circulation. It's an abundance circulation from now on. Don't call it a job just over broke. And, people are putting all kinds of crazy acronyms behind it, because the word job and Job, it's interesting about that word job and Job, because if you look in the meaning of the word Job, or Job in the biblical meaning of the word Job, right? You gotta really check out what that name meant when they were called Job or Job. The meaning of that name, meaning of the name, of the name. And it's interesting, of the name, and I'm looking it up right now because I used to have it on my head all the time. Meaning of the name Job. All right. Interesting enough, why I will change the word Job, because the word or job, it means afflicted from the Hebrew language, which would be Ayub, or that's the Arabic language. Ayub is the Arabic language for Job. And it also means he who weeps, or it means afflicted or calamitous or a coming back. They have different meanings, converted, especially from the biblical perspective. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be very mindful of what we call, even the word jabet, from the word jabet from an old English, means blockhead or fool. So we got to be very careful of using the word. I never disrespect anybody that goes to work for an honest living. Never disrespect people. And if you've made the place where you go to work at as an honest living, you made the people there family, then they are part of a family whether they're your abundant circulatory family, AC family, whether it's the abundant offering family, whatever you want to call it. But just make sure you keep it positive. Or let's find an acronym that's going to, instead of just over broke, what can we be? What can it be? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just over broke. But again, thanks to people like Reverend Ike from his book, The Science of Living, and various other people that I've learned from, is to change the language so you can get it more abundantly and think on an abundant level. Does it make sense? If it makes sense to think of your job or your AO, what I called it with the young lady, with the AO, abundance offering, or the abundant circulation. Let's call it the abundant circulation. I'm going to my AC. And then people are going to require, what's an AC? I'm going to my abundant circulation, which is a job, because you're circulating your energy, you're circulating your time and your energy as they circulate currency and funds to your checking account or to your bank account or to your whatever. So does it make sense? If it makes sense, put the number 1 in the chat. If it makes sense. If it makes sense, put the number 1 in the chat. Thank you very much for the congratulations for the Forbidden Knowledge Awards. Thank you very much. It's all about maintaining a positive outlook, because many of us need to work. Many of us need to work for other people until we get our foot on our business, until our business is taken care of. Sometimes you got to help others, because every business or every work that you work was somebody else's dream. That's what, and now they're living their life and employing other people so they can have finance, so they can build their dream. And every little bit that you make, take a 10% and put it away, or 10% and invest it, or practice the investment thing, or 10% savings, or save for yourself. Like I have two PayPals. And if I'm making some finances in my business PayPal, then I will circulate 10% to my PayPal that's personal. And that I'll never show, never expose. Some people, I used to give it out before, but the 10% goes there. So when y'all circulate Cash App or PayPal, I usually take it and give myself 10% of that, and the rest I can do what I have to do with it. And that's important. Also, I want to, I am going to, a lot of people find it hard to pay for my 8-hour course, which I know would help those that are enthusiastic about learning my method of numerology or numerovation. So I'm going to set up a scholarship that people who want to take my course, every donation that people give me, especially through Super Chat or anything else, then I will put a percentage towards somebody winning a scholarship, or winning my a scholarship to my course, my 8-hour course. It's a long course. 8 hours is damn near a work day. So it's a long course. And when you do get the course, if you're going to pay for it straight up, or somebody might want to sponsor a person that might need to learn or want to learn. If you have somebody that wants to learn it and you want to sponsor the whole course for that person, I will still give the discount if you're a sponsor, because the course itself is only $444 circulation. But if the person takes my Udemy course, which is a little bit more cheap, a little bit more reasonable because it's through Udemy, then I still give the discount of $333. It's an 8-hour course. Note, it's an 8-hour course. My sessions is 138 per 15 minutes for only 15 minutes, or 200 and some odd dollars for my half an hour session. So it's a deal. It's a reasonable deal. People have told me to charge more and all that. No, I still want people to learn, because at the end of the day, whatever you receive from any of my numerovational course, the introductory one on Udemy, or the one that I have full 8 hours that I will send you the links to, because there's 2 links. I can't, because I did it 2 different days. And once you get it and you study it, it's yours. It's yours to study, yours to, and you could also email me questions about certain things, because there's different nuances that I use, different systems, and I also show books during the whole thing. There's different books that's going to be popping up that I'm going to show physically, like in my hand right there. You got to take a snapshot. But thank you very much for people that's come, are really congratulating me for the awards. Yes, it's a beautiful awards. I have it here on my desk. So let's get into what we have to get into, so I can actually take phone calls. All right, the phone number is right there, but don't call me yet. The phone number is right there, but do not call me yet. The phone number is right there, so I'm gonna keep it up. See if people are listening. The phone number is right there, but do not call me yet. And now you can call me via WhatsApp at +1 718 210 8853. International callers should use the WhatsApp, so it can save some money, so they can work to talk to me. But make sure when you call in, listen to me over the phone and turn down any other apparatuses when you do call me. But do not call me yet. Let me break down this word family, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, allow me to break down the word family. And I'm like I said, I'm focused, very focused. Very focused. If you want to book a full session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. It's 347-496-1022. That's if you want to book a session. If you want to book the 15-minute pre-recorded session, you get only your first name and your birthday broken down. And also, I will email you with the recording, the first name and its meaning, the breakdown, each number, what it means, and how it can serve you if you listen to the interpretation of each word, each letter in your name. And if you do the full session, you get all of your names, your first, your last, your first, your middle, last. You get all your names broken down and emailed to you with the recording, because every one of them are recorded and sent to you on a private YouTube link. It's a private YouTube link is sent to you, so you can listen to it at your convenience and study and apply. So, of course, I want to share screen, and grand rising to everybody that's tuning in. Let's share screen real quick, and boom. Important part: the spiritual meaning of family can be understood in both positive and negative aspects. So let's run down these things right now, so I can get it out the way, if you don't mind. Okay, unity and the positive aspect of family in a spiritual perspective. Unity and togetherness. Family represents a sense of belonging and connection. So whether you have a business family, whether you have a job, a working family, whether you have a immediate biological family, it's family supposed to represent a sense of belonging and connection. Number two, love and support. Family provides unconditional and conditional love, care, and support. I say both of them in quotation because unconditional love is more spiritual, energetically spiritual. You love the energy of a person and people in your family. But conditional love is saying that if let's say somebody goes down the wrong way and then tries to abuse somebody in the family, you have to have conditions. You can't allow someone to abuse you in your family at all. So there has to be a condition. In this realm, there are conditions. Just like there's a condition to grow certain plants and certain things in certain areas, there's a condition for certain weather patterns that has to, in order for certain things to come about and things to exist in certain realms, you have to have conditions. So unconditional is more spiritual than just because people that say that, oh, I have unconditional love, that's a bag of crap to me, from my perspective, because there are conditions. Just like for a car to run, it has to have a certain condition for the car to run. It's not just unconditional and the car is just running. No, that's not just how it works. So even the body, It's not unconditionally running. It has conditions in order to maintain this body and this structure. So we got to be very careful about this unconditional love and unconditional care and unconditional support, because we're not supporting criminals that are doing heinous acts in our family, because there are people that do that. So let's be real with condition and unconditional, conditional and unconditional. Spiritual growth. Family can facilitate spiritual growth through shared experiences and values. Have you ever sat down with your grandparents or your mother and got their experiences and what were some of the values that they were shared with? One of the values that my grandmother shared with me, and I mentioned my grandmother at the award ceremony, is, she always used to say, she always used to quote, hard head, receive hard, soft behind. And she used to say, prevention is better than cure. She used to say those. Those are old sayings for amongst many families throughout the Caribbean, throughout the Americas, throughout all of that. A lot of them say those, and they say it differently. My grandfather used to say, the head was here before the gray hair. He used to say the head was here before the gray hair, which was talking about the wisdom that he's gained over the years. That's why I'm never going to color my hair just because, for some particular look. I'm not going to color. If my hair start getting gray, boom. My hair has been turning gray and then turning back to red and then turning back to black. So I have an interesting, interesting bloodline that does that, I guess. But again, spiritual growth. Family can facilitate spiritual growth through shared experiences and value. 4, legacy and heritage. Family connects us to our ancestors and cultural heritage. Go get your DNA if you have African ancestry or whatever. Go 23andMe, whatever it is. People are, they steal your DNA. They've been stealing your DNA since you were born. So just go find out what's your pedigree, even if it's 80% or 90% this or 70% that. Go find out your pedigree, because family connects us to our ancestry and cultural heritage. Or go talk to your uncle, your elders in your family to find out more. One interesting thing I found out from both sides, and I did the African ancestry for my mother. I didn't do my father. My father already knew that we was stemming from Ghana through the Maroons and all that kind of stuff. But my mother's interest was interesting because my bloodline went from North Africa all the way through Europe, then towards the Caribbean. So they deemed it European on the certificate, but because I know the history, but it says where it came from. It told me where it came from, but predominantly Europe, it stayed there. But remember, the Grimaldis and the ancient ones of the melanated ancient ones ruled Europe for a amount of years before, and some of them were sent up into the mountains and went through their changes and all that. And, the whole thing went through. But I understood. So when I spoke to the person of African ancestry about it, they thought I was going to be surprised, and I wasn't. I wasn't surprised because again, reading books by J.A. Rogers, the Jamaican historian and well-traveled man born September the 6th, he pointed that out in Sex and Races, all volume 1, 2, and 3. He pointed out in The Amazing Facts of the Negro. He pointed out in all different types of books. So anytime you're going to get a book on history and all that, go check out J.A. Rogers. J.A. Rogers. I think it's Joel Augustus Rogers. I think that's what his name is. My uncle name is Augustus. His middle name is Augustus. So big up to my uncle. So legacy and heritage. Family connected us to our ancestors and cultural heritage. Even if you was adopted, go find out through your bloodline. You might got to go take the blood test and find out your DNA. It's all right. Go to your mother, go to your father, find out both sides if you can afford it. Number 5, forgiveness, understanding, and understanding. Family teaches us to forgive and understand each other's flaws. Yes, forgiveness is the highest form of healing. It's the highest form of teaching. It's the highest form of understanding and understanding each other's flaws, and realize that we're not perfect in this realm. There's no perfect being in this realm. We have a perfect job. We have a perfect function that if you don't go along with the perfect function, it could cause dis-ease. It could cause problems. It could cause internal problems, mental problems. Big up to Dr. Phil Valentine that broke that down years ago. Number 6, shared purpose. Family can share a common purpose and work together towards a goal. Family is business, love is law. I used to hear a young man say that all the time. Family is business, love is law. So if your family can share a common purpose and work together towards a goal, that is a beautiful thing. Like the Wayans brothers, why? Like the Marley family, and very other family too, like the Rockefeller family. The family can share common purposes and work towards, even if a family member decides to work another job, at least form a corporation or an enterprise that you can put into a trust, and everybody put in 10% to that trust. But again, that word trust is very important because it's about trusting each other, that every month they would put in that 10%, or every time they get paid, that's that 10% can go into that. So shared purposes, families can share a common purpose and work together towards a goal, whether it's buying land, property, whatever. If you're putting money towards it, putting finance toward it, buy something, buy land, by investing something. Big up to the Invest Fest that's coming in at the end of the month. 7, unconditional acceptance. That word unconditional, very interesting in this realm, because you're not going to, if something tragic happens where a son kills their mother or kills their father, how can you accept that? How can it be unconditional acceptance? Or a mother kills their child, or a father kills their child, or the husband or kills a wife, or a wife. How can you accept somebody unconditionally in this realm when there has to be conditions to that, because that person did something heinous? So it says family accepts us for who we are without judgment. And again, these are notes that I took on and looked up and researched and put on. But again, when somebody does something, there is a judgment behind it. And yes, the creator can judge, but the creative force in you also have judgment sometimes. So it's not without judgment, but understanding that judgment goes both ways. Where you could judge them for their best, or you can judge them for what they've done in their worst times. You still have to be a little balanced in this realm when it comes to unconditional acceptance. So unconditional, or let me say /conditional. They're going to have to be that in this realm. I'm just saying, in this realm again, family. I'm really talking about in this realm. We got to be very careful of that unconditional and that conditional stuff. Sounds good. Sounds cute. Sounds fly, because, you got people that's in relationships that say, I love you unconditionally, until that one thing happens. All of a sudden, what happened to this unconditional love? I hate you. I'm taking you to child support. Nigga, I'm calling the police. Oh, call the police, find me. Oh my God. See, all that stuff. So now it's time. I'm stepping right out of that into the negative. Karma and patterns. Just remember, the word karma means cause and effect. Cause and effect. So karma can be positive and negative, but when you're dealing with the negative side, karma and patterns, family can perpetuate negative patterns and negative karma. Toxic relationships. Family can be a source of toxic relationships and emotional pain. No doubt, no diggity. Gotta bag it up. No doubt, no diggity. They can be a part of that. Yes. And that's when you need to get away or move away and leave it alone and do what you got to do. Do what you got to do and keep it moving. Keep it moving. You can love them from afar. Some people I have some toxic relatives, some toxic cousins, and you just got to love them from afar and, practice spiritual unconditional love, but make sure your conditional love is not, you're not going to allow their madness. So that steps right into it. Conditional love. Family can sometimes condition love and acceptance on certain behavior. Of course, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Certain behavior, we're just going to be unconditional with it. On the physical realm, it has to be conditions. Because it's just like enabling a child to move back in your house and he's disrespecting or she's disrespecting your house. It comes with conditions. Comes with conditions. So you got to be very mindful of behavior patterns that they might bring back from off the streets or from their friends and wanting to disrespect. My son's mother's going through something like that right now. And all my son has to do is get his mind right and realize that the people that has been with him before he got with his friends has always showed him love. Always showed him love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid to talk about it because it happens. None of our families are perfect in the physical sense. The body is created to do its perfect function, but in the spiritual sense, there's a spiritual energetic perfection, but is what you do with this energy in this realm that's going to be, that's very important. Expectations and obligations. Family can create unrealistic expectation and obligation. And that is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. And when it comes to unrealistic expectations, that it an obligation, it comes with a two-edged sword with that. And I've realized that over because some people allow their traumas to defeat them and keep them back. I didn't allow my traumas and my torture from family members to keep me back to the point that now my family members understood what I'm doing. Those same people that try to torture me and all that kind of stuff. No molestation. I misnomered it as molestation and fondling, but it was not. It was actually torture. When I look back at it, it was actually torture because I ate their food or I disturbed something that I wasn't supposed to touch. So I realized I have to be able to, it's just like calling somebody a narcissist. A person that have narcissistic ways don't mean that they're a full-blown narcissist. People got to remember that. You know what I'm saying? So family can create unrealistic expectation and obligation. I remember one of my grandsons said something around the table, and somebody said he could be whatever he wants to be. I want to be the president of the United States. That's unrealistic, but he can be a president of his own company. Why is that unrealistic? Because we're not part of that bloodline and that selection to be the president of the United States. Realistic is that he could be a president of his own business, and he could call it the United States of whoever. But the realistic part, I have to be realistic. I had to be realistic around that table. Obama was selected, and he's part of the bloodline. When you start finding out he's related to this person and related to that person and related to, there's the bloodline. There it is. You know what I'm saying? So my grandson can be a president, yes, of a company, but I'm not going to give him unrealistic expectation and obligation. And then when he don't reach that, he falls short of the glory of it. Not doing that to him. Be real with your children and your grandchildren. Show them that there is a process to wanting to be the president of the United States or the vice president of this, but definitely a president or a king or an emperor of their. Most of that stuff is bloodline, generational. Number 5, generational trauma. Family can pass down generational trauma and unresolved issues. We all know this. I've known it. I've seen it in my own family. I've seen it with myself to the point that I almost took that person of that time, almost took his life. That person named Tyrone Anthony Simon Brown almost took his life. And then when my father said, my great-grandfather did it, I said, ooh, or my great-grandfather did it. My great-grandfather did it. It's in the bloodline. So you got to be very careful of those generational trauma and things that pass down in family, not just one way, but through the bloodline. The suicide bloodline can be passed down. The drunkenness bloodline, the drug abuse bloodline can be passed down in your DNA. It can be. I remember reading that in a book called Genetic DNA. I forgot what it is. I know it was written by Imam Isa, who y'all call Dr. York nowadays. I know it was written by him. No matter what he's going through in his life now, the teachings, we got to pay attention to the message. Whatever the messenger is going through, that's them. All right. So I get from everywhere. I've lived in that community, not the Nuwapians, but under the Ansar. So I know that things like that can pass down. just by his lessons that he taught us, and just by, other teachings and epigenetics and all that kind of stuff. So unresolved issues. So it's incumbent upon us to find out what are some of those issues and generational traumas that we need to break here while we're alive, and help your children's to break it, passing out by writing it out, having a journal, put a book form, and pass it down from generation to generation, that they'll recognize it so they don't have to go through it, and be able to manage the weaknesses and strengthen the strength. Restrictive belief. Number 6, family can instill restrictive beliefs and limit personal growth. That is an absolute fact. That is a fact. People, we got to be very careful of those restricted belief systems that's been passed on, those slave mentality, which the word slave comes from Slavic, which were really Europeans. But those colonial mindset that has been passed down, those restrictive beliefs, whether it's through religious dogma, whatever it is, we got to be very careful of that can instill restrictive beliefs and limit personal growth. And it does limit personal growth in all of us, our children, and all of that. We got to be very mindful of it. Got to be mindful of it. Please be mindful of it. Last but not least, 7, enmeshment. Family can become overly enmeshed, stifling individuals and the autonomy. So enmeshment, of course, is a word that you can look up in the dictionary, and it means enmeshment is a psychological term that describes relationships where boundaries are blurred or non-existent, often between family members or romantic partners. It can lead, I'm breaking down the meaning, it can lead to unhealthy dependencies and intimate connections that can cause dysfunction and a lack of autonomy and independence. So let's be very careful, because family can become overly enmeshed, stifling individuals. You don't want to stifle somebody else. You don't want to stifle people in that way. And I've experienced relationships that could have been stifling if I let it stifle me. I established family members that could have been stifling if I allowed it to stifle me. But I was hard-headed. And sometimes there's a good way to be hard-headed, and there's a negative way to be hard. There's a positive and a negative to being hard-headed. I was a hard-headed person. My mother would tell you that. If she's watching, she usually watches me. Mother will tell you I was hard-headed. Boy, you're hard-headed, Boy, you're hard-headed. You're hard-headed. Because I'm going to do, as a misnomer Aquarian youth, I walk to my own drum. I'm beating my own drum, and your drum might be going like this. My drum going like this. My drum going like Dr. B playing drums. You know what I'm saying? That's how my drums be rolling. I'm ready to move and do. So that's just my spirit. That's just my spirit. And I've been hard-headed since I was a child. But last but not least, remember, the spiritual meaning of family is complex and multifaceted. By acknowledging both the positive and negative aspects, we can cultivate a deeper understanding and understanding. I got to make sure I keep that understanding in there. / understanding and in / I'm gonna put it in there. I gotta put it in there. Understanding. Gotta put it in there. These are notes that I take and I write overnight. This I wrote while I was on the trip, because I already decided to do, while I was on the award show trip, I decided to do this on the award show, because I recognized the family vibe that I was getting with all the team members, with brother Billy and Elizabeth, everybody that was there, Cortez, his wife, Nina, Charles and his partner, and of course, Billy and Elizabeth, and of course, Kika and her husband. Everybody was working as a team. Jackie was there. Braden, the one that deals with the real estate, I had her on before. I've had Nikki and her fiance was there. There was a team member and Nikki's cousin from out of Brooklyn. This beautiful sister named Christy, I believe her name. Christy, she was born October 16th because she's born the same day as Dr. Phil Valentine, and I remembered that. So, and it was just a beautiful vibes, and even the presenters, it came down. So just remember, family, by acknowledging both the positive and negative aspects, we can cultivate a deeper understanding, and work towards healing and growth. How many of you want to work towards healing and growth through numbers, astrology, whatever you want to do? Put the number 11 in the chat. How many of you want to work through, those positive and negative aspects of your family? Put the number 1 in the chat, because that's what I'm about. When you do a session with me, that's what I'm about, helping you with my expertise using the numerals to give you guidance. Put the number 11 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Put the number 11 or the number 1 in the chat. It's time. We're in a beautiful time right now. The beautiful time, family. Please know this. It is a beautiful time, and I hope everybody recognizes it's a beautiful time to be alive. Born to be alive. Born, 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 born to be alive. We're born for this moment. Each and every one of you are born for this moment. Let me say that again. Each and every one of you are born for this particular moment. No matter what it is, how high it's supposed to go, how low it's supposed to go. Even if you're a stripper, even if you're an exotic dancer, and people might look down on it, but you're born to do that for whatever moment, on whatever time, until things ain't working and you can't be up on no pole doing that no more because your limbs are hurt and your arms are broken and whatever. I used to work with beautiful women in the strip world. I used to work with male strippers because I used to book them also. And some of them, and if not all of them, had brilliant minds. Brilliant minds. One of them was a lawyer. Man, go figure that one out. One of them was a lawyer, and he was just dancing to pay off his law expenses. Yo, that's wonderful. He was a stripper, was a top stripper in New York City. But he was paying off, and he had a wife. What's so funny? Big up to his wife, Vanessa. Anybody that knows New York strippers from back in the 90s and going into the early 2000s, I didn't know this brother had a law degree until he told me, and his wife said it, and a law degree. And his name was Mr. Perfect. Big up to Mr. Perfect. The human anaconda. That's what they used to call him. Mr. Perfect used to just come out there, just had a towel on his head, just stand out there, and women just go crazy because whatever they seen protruding from his towel, they was like, they went crazy. Mr. Perfect. You wouldn't know that this man had a law degree. Lexus. Bring up to my boy Lexus. Lexus was a exotic dancer, also a stripper, and he had a whole business degree. Very brilliant brother from out of Haiti. You'll never know these guys was business. Perfect's wife used to handle his door. They had a daughter. They used to handle a door. She handled the money at the door. So there was a business team. You know what I'm saying? Then I knew people like Lady Di, who was a massage therapist and also very, very good at modeling and all that. People were doing a Catra and all these people that I remember, Flavor, the male flavor and the female flavor. You never know, what they're going through and what they had to go through to get into that field of dancing or exotic dancing. But yet they were meant for that time. They were meant for Mandingo. Anybody who know Mandingo, the stripper, who is now the comedian Dante Nero. Well, his original name is Dante Nero, but he was called the stripper Mandingo. Now he's a top comedian, hanging out with Godfrey, doing comedy shows with some great brothers. And I know him personally. And we used to train martial arts in the same dojo back in the day when worlds collide. Pick up to him, and he used his talents of being a stripper, but also being a martial artist, studying under Sanukas Rue Jiu-Jitsu, under the Professor Bills and Anthony Muhammad and Professor Moses, Dr. Moses Powell and all the great. And he took it to the club. If you mess with Mandingo in the club today, you'll be messed up. He will twist you up. That's just how we get down in that art form. Brother Shabazz, he wasn't a stripper though. Brother Shabazz wasn't a stripper, but I'm just going through, who this man is, a medical technician, but he was one of the best promoters of consciousness at LIU. Just showing you that we are all made for these different moments of time. I am made for this time. Billy is made for this time. Imam Isa, Dr. York was made for his time. Elijah Muhammad was made for, Frances Cress Welsing was made for her time. It's what they left behind that's important. And what kind of family values that they left behind also. That's very important. What was the family values that they left behind also? Because there were some family values that was left. So let me go straight to the board. Go straight to the board after I did all of that. Of course, I still got the 888 frequency up because I am going to be rebroadcasting the 888 presentation that I did on August the 1st. And of course, the 888, all of it is female energy. And it adds up to 24, 2 and 4 female energy. Then it adds up to the 6 female energy again. All female energy. Remember that. And the basic words for each one of these numbers: compassion, discipline, love, harmony. The word discipline is going towards the number 8, build and destroy. So your intentions are very important. That's why I got the word intention still there. Your intentions about what you're going to do in this quote unquote Lionsgate frequency that will be falling into it tomorrow. Don't forget, Carrie Ann Ingram is doing something in Toronto. Many people are going to be doing Lionsgate. But at 12 midnight tonight, I'm going to rebroadcast that Lionsgate breakdown of the 888. It's not just 88. It's 88. 888 this time because of 2024. And it adds up to an 8. But give thanks to the word family. Give thanks to the word family. And in the Pythagorean system, the word family adds up to a number 30, which, of course, many know that number 3 is the number of expression and expansion. So, and being jovial and happy, but also on the negative, it can be reckless, scandalous, and gossipy. So in family, not only jovial things and happy and optimistic things can go on, but also reckless talk and conversation and gossip can also go on the negative. In my book, what do I say about the number 30? Again, reading my book is very important because I gave different nuances, different systems, and showed you that there's different ways to looking at the numbers, not just one way. The number 30 is the symbol of mental outlook, superior mindset. So as a family, you're supposed to develop mental outlook and a superior mindset to be able to work within your family, use your family to be better and help your family to be better from a mental standpoint. It is a master number potential because anything that 0 follows, it adds higher potential. Just like if I put a number 33 behind it, it has higher potential. So because the number is interpreted into being charming and jovial and creative and intelligent and staying optimistic as a family. That's why we have family reunions. Family reunions is there to encourage a charming outlook, a jovial outlook, a creative outlook, and helping you to find out who's the intelligent ones in the family. Sometimes you got to do business meetings at your family reunions if you're going to have one, even if it's online, whether you're doing it through Zoom or whatever. But it's all about staying optimistic. And in my book, I talk about the number 30 being they are usually the energy is usually visionary, good communication. Should strive to keep a good sense of humor. You should strive to keep a good sense of humor with your family because there are funny things happening in your family. Take the Wayans family, for example. Everything they turn into a joke, even the funeral, even the weddings. I'll listen to an interview with Marlon Wayans and he'd be having me laughing because, it's good to be able to think like that. And although the negative of the number 30 is feeling inferior in your family, being superficial, scattered, reckless, scandalous in your family. Because there's always that one uncle or that one auntie or that one child that's got that scandal going on in your family. There's always that uncle or that auntie or that one child that went through that scandal. And that's usually the talk of the family. You know, auntie calls this person, auntie called uncle called this, grandpa get that call this. Yo, look, in my family, anything that happened to me got to Jamaica real quick. Got to Canada real quick, got to England real quick. Wherever my family was, once they pick up that phone, Lord have mercy, you know, you hear what happened to so and so, you hear what happened to you hear what happened, because when you get scandalous and crazy, you become the object of family. And that's the negative vibes of and it might just be your lesson that you had to go through in your family. Lord, she sit up on the pool and whoa, him have 10,000 pick me on. Man, when they found out I had 9 children, what my grandfather used to say, boy, what he used to say, my grandfather, boy, I forgot. There was a saying that my grandfather used to say, it's gonna come back to me. You know, but my grandfather in Jamaica used to just say, boy, and laugh. He laughed. You see how I laugh? My father laughs like that. My grandfather laughed. Both my grandfathers used to laugh at anything that was tumultuous or they used to just laugh at it first, and then they'll talk serious to you. But they'll laugh at it first, and I get that's where I get that from. You know what I'm saying? So again, that number 30 can be very a very powerful vibration. However, anyone that holds that vibration of the number 30 must be fully aware of their willpower and their desire. So as a family, you got to be fully aware of your willpowers and your desires as a family. And they're going to have to be ahead. And what's so interesting, the A, the I, and the Y adds up to 17, which is the legacy leaving number. So in family, the root of the family, the soul urge, the vowels represents the inner aspect of family, is to leave a legacy that will help to expand, because 3 + 0 = 3, and that is the number of expansion and growth. So anything dealing with money and finance and creativity and spirituality that can lead to financial growth, that is what family is supposed to do. Whether it's business family, whether it's your tribe that you call a family, whether it's your intimate family, it's supposed. And because the consonants of that word family in the Pythagorean, I'm still in the Pythagorean system. As up to 13, which is a 4, that deals with the power and the dominance you could have as a family, but it still requires work, discipline, order, structure, creativity, and the willingness to express what the family needs to do together. If you got it like that, I know we find our own other tribes and all that. Beautiful. Find your own tribe that you can consider a family, a trusted family, because, and again, that number 8 and that number 4 deals with trust. One thing about people connected to the number 4 and the 8, they require loyalty and trust. No doubt, on all aspects. That's one thing I realized about that number 4 and 8 in my studies and the cycles and patterns they require. So if you have a lot of 4s and 8s, or you're born on the 4 and 8, or born on the 13th or the 4th or the 31st of the month, or the 22nd of the month, or you're born on the 8th, 17th, or the 26th of the month, you require loyalty in your DNA, just like Kendrick Lamar sang. And Kendrick Lamar is born on the 17th of June. Go figure. He requires loyalty in his DNA, in his bloodline, in his family. He requires loyalty. Going to the Chaldean system, the word family adds up to the number 18. If you read my book about the number 18, that's why I give different symbols and break down the symbols. It is the symbol, according to what I've done my research, it is the symbol of the material side striving to destroy the spiritual side of nature. So in the family, you got to bring some type of balance and higher level of love, because of the number 9 deals with the higher level of humanity and love. And number 18 is allowing the family to explore the secret realms. because the secret realms of a family can either help enhance us to be better, or it can be something that can destroy us because we didn't know it was a secret, things that happen in our family. One thing that I'm glad that I put in this book about it, it says, I said the number 18 people have to be mindful. People can be vibration or energy. The number 18 people have to be mindful of getting into bitter disputes with family. That's what I'm saying in my book. With family and loved ones. And also be careful of treachery and deception in family, because it happens. You have some people that came to challenge you, and some people in your family that are treacherous and deceptive, or became that way over time. You find family used to steal from each other, or stealing jewelry from their grandparents. Come to your grandparents' house, your grandmother, your grandfather gives you a whole meal, and then you have the nerve to steal from them because you go to the bathroom and you ask for, you go into the bathroom and you dare to ask for to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden you inside their room looking for jewelry because you're trying to feed a habit, whether it's marijuana or Molly or Percocet or drugs or cocaine or heroin, whatever you had to do over these years. From when you was young, people sometimes stole from their parents, stole money. So we got to be very careful of deception in family and treachery in family. The number 18 is also the number that's associated with wars, social upheaval, and revolution. So as you know, families are usually the cause. Someone in a family is usually the cause of wars, social upheavals, and revolution. Study history. It's there. Families, certain kings and queens and all of that were part of this upheaval and revolution. Somebody may have didn't want you to marry their daughter. War and revolution can come in. A lot of these things, and that's dealing with family because it's connected to the number 18. And mayhem in the tarot card deck that is called the moon, that can depict deception and unforeseen perils. However, many concealed things are to be learned even by those who are already advanced on the path. The number 18 also reflects that the developing soul must hold tight to spiritual powers that is the sustainer of all things. So as a family, y'all got to hold on to spiritual family, spiritual power, spiritual enlightenment. You got to hold on to it. And that's what will carry you to a higher level because of the number 9 frequency. That number 9 represents higher vibratory level. That's why in my book, I talk about the number 9 being the symbol of conclusion and initiation and being in preparation for new things to come. So when you are vibrating on a higher vibratory level, not going down the warring and disputing level, and the contentious level, but always striving to go on a high, staying jovial, because the inner meaning of this word is a number 3, staying jovial, happy, and having a good sense of humor. And the consonant of this word is the number 15, which is the devil card in tarot. But you got to be able to live and understand the balance between the two, because 15 adds up to 6 in a creative and an adaptable manner. So family has a whole lot of different mathematical nuances that are both positive and negative. Even using the word fam, F-A-M, adds up to the master number 11, which is a 2, adds up to the 13, which is a 4. Bringing balance, because 2 and 4 deals with balance in different aspects of numerology, but the 11 deals with, if you're going to call somebody a fam, they're helping you to bring the equilibrium of balance, whether positive or negative. There's an equilibrium of the spiritual and the physical realm coming to a fruition, coming to a balance, which is the 2. And then 13 deals with power and dominance. But if it's used wrong, family, if fam is used wrong or do wrong, that can bring and wreak destruction on the fam or the family. Man, let me tell you, numbers don't lie, family. People lie to themselves. Numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. So how have you done with your family? How 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 have you done with your family? What have you done with your family? How would you rate your family? That's the question. If you're going to call in right now, I'm going to welcome calls right now before I close out. I'm going to welcome calls. How would you rate your family? And are they healing and helpful to you? Based on what I just broke down and all the spiritual nuances, how would you rate your family? You know what I'm saying? How would you rate your family? Give me a call right now. The number's on the screen scrolling. If you're on an international, you could call through WhatsApp also. Just put +1 718 210 8853. That's 718 scrolling on the bottom, but let me put it on the top here. If you're international, you could use WhatsApp also. I have a WhatsApp link. Now we're on WhatsApp, so you can actually call me over WhatsApp. All right, so the number is right here. Also, 718 210 8853. If you're on WhatsApp, use +1 718 210 8853. That's 718 210 8853. And tell them and come and talk to me. I'm looking for people that want to talk to me. Stop playing. If you want to congratulate me for the awards, no problem. All that can be done right now. All that can be done right now. Just give me a call right now. Call me now. 718 210 8853. Call me now. And that will definitely, can be big up to Sharif Bey. He just hit me up. Kareem. Big up to Sharif Bey, just hit me up. Big up to Unc Rising Sun. Let's go to the phone lines. Remember, turn down. Who am I speaking with? Welcome to King Simon Presents. Who am I speaking with? Hello? Hold on. Okay, say it again. Who am I speaking with?
Karen Harbin from Virginia.
Yeah, please turn down anything you're listening to me and talk to me over the phone, please. Turn down whatever you're listening to me and talk to me over the phone. How you doing today, sister?
Okay.
What's going on with your family? What's going on? How would you rate your family today, my sister, as far as what I've just explained?
I would rate my family very low. As far as number wise, I'd say maybe a 5.
A 5. Why do you say that? Why a 5, my dear?
Because there was a situation that happened when my father passed that had to deal with a will and trust. And long story short, my mother told a narrative that wasn't true that actually split our family. And she's the only one now at this point that can correct that. But she won't. I don't think she knows how to do that. And I don't think she's strong enough to do it.
Wow. Is your mother open for therapy or going to therapy?
I'm not sure because, like I said, after division, nobody has, I haven't really talked to her because the situation had been so painful for me that I had gone through it before my father passed away for about 5 years. I was taking care of him by myself with 3 other older siblings, no help at all. And so when he passed away and then the will was revealed and everything, I had no idea that they were thinking that I was doing something negative as far as, taking my father's finances, all of this stuff. I had to take my mother to court. So it just split everything. And like I said again, she is the only one that can correct it.
Right.
And because being that it is my mother and she's the hierarchy in the family, I think everybody expects that, that's the mother, the hierarchy is supposed to believe in everything she says or follow what she says to do. Right. Even if it's right or wrong. But I refuse to do that. And it has affected me and my daughter tremendously.
When is your mother's birthday? May I ask?
September 28th, 1939.
Yes. Interesting about that particular number is that it is a number that has to divorce themselves from negative thoughts and negative patterns. It's called the divorce number for a reason. And if you read my book, Numerovational for Mental Stability, the number 28 is one of the numbers that have to carefully plan for the future. And and it's usually a number of promise and possibility, but something she held on to since she was young. It's a lot of stuff that she's held on that she's not willing to express when she'd be good at expressing it, but she probably needs to go to a therapist, and somebody needs to step up to it. Whether it, and when is your birthday? Let me ask that question real quick.
Mine's September 15th, 1964.
Interesting enough, 15 and 28 are challenge numbers to each other in numerology. That's very interesting. So she is a challenge to you as well as you can be a challenge to her. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. According to the studies, and you have to just keep on maintaining your love and your higher frequency of love, because 15 in my book, I talk about that number 15 is a symbol of magic and mystery, but it's also a symbol of perfect balance, learning how to keep the balance. So if you find people coming to you for advice, especially people in the family, then you know what that is. But you also got to be very careful of attracting people that need help and healing a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just stay balanced. And remember what Les Brown used to say: when things go wrong, don't go with it. Everything will come out in the rinse one day, whether she pass on or whether she's alive. It's going to come out. Usually it comes out on people's deathbed. I'm telling you. But sometimes people take things to the grave. But if and sometimes ones can be very hard-headed. She's born on the 28, which is a 10, which is a 1, can be very hard-headed. And she doesn't have to. She's a Libra that's really supposed to bring some type of scale of balance to this situation. But that's something that went on in her early parts of her life that she has to deal with. Okay?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I know that sometimes she would say little things
right
about, how her parents or someone in the neighborhood said something about her appearance, and she was always kind of quiet, and she didn't think she was that attractive and that kind of thing. And I know a lot of it she had taken out on me. Because I'm the youngest of 4.
Right.
And I was just criticized so much by her for certain things. So as I got older now and listening to you and different people motivation, I understand now that it had to have been something that happened to her in her childhood.
Yeah, I can see it from the numbers, and it just tells me. But with you, because your number 15 is the number of transmutation, it's about you transmuting negative and turn them into positive. Just call it what it is, but stay positive mentally, physically, and spiritually, so you can also help your children to stay positive also. Because again, don't go down the road with that drama. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Let it pan out the way it's supposed to be. You got a family. You make sure their families are the high vibration, other than what your mother provided for you, and still love her and forgive her, because 15 is a number of forgiveness. Forgive, let go, and grow. That number 6 is about that forgiveness. Okay?
Yes, I've forgiven her and everything,
Good.
but it's taken me a while now to get to the point that I can have a conversation with her.
Well, hey, keep on trying. Don't give up on her, because she went through a lot that she probably won't never tell none of y'all. That's just what it is. I know what it is. I'm looking at her numbers. I can tell. It's something she's held on to that's probably devastating. And she's such a matriarch. It's like she don't want to cry in front of everybody like that. She don't want to break down. She's been holding it down for a long time. But, so it's like, I'm not doing this. You ain't gonna get me to do this. Sometimes that's how I'm a 1 too. So I know I realize that. And sometimes it's hard for us to be vulnerable.
Should I even ask her about what happened to her?
She got to be open to it, and maybe you have to ask around, like her sisters and brothers. You might have to ask around the situation first. If she has any sisters and brothers still alive?
She has one brother that he's out of state.
Ask him. Talk to him.
He won't discuss it either. He's the same.
Exactly.
His birthday, he's in September also. It's September the 3rd.
Oh man, another one. But he wants to talk, but he's probably talking to friends and other people. He won't talk to family like that. But he's talking because he's a talker. He got the gift of gab. He can talk. He just needs to hopefully, and if they can't talk, let them write it out. Let them write. Sometimes writing is better for some of these people to write, because there's other ways to communicate where they don't have to talk because they get all emotional. Remember, when you start talking things from the past, it start bubbling up to the point you start snotty nose, crying, and everything. So you got to be very mindful of what you're bringing out of these people, and then they, it causes anxiety. Some of these people get anxiety, so you got to be very mindful. You don't want nobody cause no heart attack or no because they talking on. Let them write or have connect with their friends. Your mother still have friends?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, some secretly talk to some of their friends and find out what they're getting from her, because they must be getting something from her because she talks. She can. But my dear, thank you for calling in. Okay. All right.
Oh, thank you. Congratulations. I had a good time with you over the weekend.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I had fun, girl. I had a good old time. All right.
Yeah, I saw you shaking the leg on the cruise.
That's right, boy. I cut some rugs if I have to. All right, my dear. Thank you very much for coming out. All right. Peace and love.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's right, man. Take care. Yeah. There's so much behind. People can still call me back. Call me back if you're trying to get in contact with me. I only can handle one call at a time. It's not one of those phone lines like on radio. So if you want to call me now and talk about family, how you rate your family, are they healing? Are they helpful? Have they been destructive? And what are you changing about it? How can you change it? You know what I'm saying? 718-210-8853. King Simon, the Numerovator, is here for you. It's here to be of service in this way. I'm celebrating, of course, coming off of the win of Television Host of the Year. If you want to watch my show, go to Forbidden Knowledge. Subscribe to ForbiddenKnowledgeTV.com or ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. The number here again, 718. Make sure you turn down any apparatus that you're listening to me on and talk to me over the phone when you're calling me. And I will answer the phone. Now I can answer the phone. People are calling me like crazy. People are calling me like crazy. All right, let me come to the phone lines right now. Welcome to the Numerovational Perspective. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, hi, King Simon. It's Alicia Lucy, and I'm from Florida.
Hey, Florida. What's up, Alicia? What's going on, girl? What's happening?
Hey, so I've seen you at the award show, and I have a picture with you that you just posted, but I just wanted to call in. I want to congratulate you on the award. It was very well deserved.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And it was an honor to meet you, and I'm really appreciative for all the information you share with us. It's really been life-changing for me.
That's good. Now the topic is, how would you rate your family? Are they healing, helpful? Have they been destructive? What's going on with you?
So you know what? A little bit of everything, but honestly, I'm blessed to have the wisdom to say right now that I would rate them as a 10.
Good.
Like, I come from some trauma and unique experiences, but honestly, that made me who I am today. So I'm really grateful for the journey.
Good. I shared your picture. Where you from? Where your family from? Exactly.
So I'm originally from Philly in Pennsylvania. I just moved here a year ago, so I was so grateful I was able to make it for the awards. I am like right outside of Miami now.
Okay, good. And so your whole family come from Miami, or?
No, so they're all from Philadelphia. We're actually like second generation, actually here from Italy.
Oh, get out of here!
They all went to Philadelphia.
Oh, because yes, I did see. I thought it was Latino, Spanish. So yeah, Italy, interesting. Yeah, you're gonna get that. Yeah, you go to Puerto Rico, they're gonna think you're Puerto Rican. So stop playing. You're thinking Boricua, girl, Taino. But thank you. But hey, it all mixed in at some point in time. You know how it works. But thank you very much for snatching me up and take a picture, because everybody was trying to get to me. So I seen you got me. You got me quick. And but thank you very much for coming out. Are you coming to the gathering of the Masters this weekend, or no? Or you're not gonna make it?
You know what? I'm not. I'm definitely gonna catch it online.
Okay.
But I stay in tune with the community, and I try to make it to whatever I can. So hopefully I catch you again somewhere else.
Yes, that's good. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for coming out to the award ceremony, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you, King Simon. Have a great one.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
That's right, my Italian friend. Yes, I took pictures with her. I posted that, and my nephew was there with the martial arts hat. Let me go to the phone lines again. Welcome to the Numerovational Perspective. Please turn down any apparatus before you talk to me on the phone. Welcome. How you doing? This is King Simon.
Hi, this is my name is Mark. I'm from San Diego.
Mark from San Diego. How you doing, sir? And what type of family do you have? How do you rate your family right now?
Well, I have a little story. My family was murdered back in 1989.
Wow.
My brother murdered them. He was 21 years old, and I was 26 years old when it happened. But I noticed I did a little numerology stuff, and it was a lot of nines.
Yeah,
A
that's
lot
a
of
lot.
nines in that situation, and the names.
Yeah, 9 is a lot.
The address, and a whole bunch of nines everywhere.
Yeah,
So
that means a lot. No, you're right. That means a lot because 9 is a duality number. That's why, although Pythagoras revealed the 9, the Chaldeans kept the 9 as sacred, because when it does appear, it could be either destructive or it could be healing. It's two different dynamics with that 9, and depending if you're fostering a lot of the hurt and the killing and the hurting and the destruction of it, yes, it can be a very problematic number. I don't play with any of these numbers. These numbers are
even
real.
their names were 9.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah, and the address that we all lived at was a 9, and it happened September.
Yeah, in a 9 month. Right.
1989.
Man, wow, in 1989.
September 5th, 1989 at that.
Wow. That's a lot going on there, man.
So I was just wondering how come I didn't get it. You know,
But-
my birthday is June 23rd, 1963.
Well, the only reason you probably didn't avoided it because that 23, you're supposed to tell a story about what happened. Did you ever write your book or your memoir?
I wrote a little something somewhere on the internet. It's somewhere by a psychic that put it up of my story. But no, I didn't write a book, and it could be a big book.
It could be a big book, and because your alignment numbers are 29, which is a spiritual number that adds up to 11. So you're here to tell the story, especially because the 23 is one of those compassionate storytellers. So you're here to tell a story. Just like Ray Charles was born on the 23rd. He came to tell his story through music. And that's what 23s came here to do. You know, that's one of the talents and gifts that you have. So don't just give it to somebody else. It's easier to upload something up to Amazon right now. Even if you just want to record it and transcribe your message, go ahead and do it, because you got a story to tell after what you've been through, and find out what you got from it and how you can. Because a lot of other people went there. Remember the Mendez brothers that they killed their mother and father?
Yes, I remember that.
Exactly. So they were, it is what it is. And some people go through that in this realm. So there's
and guess what? My address that I live at now, years and years later, is 27, which is a 9.
Which is a 9, but you gotta always stay on the higher vibration of the 9, because there's nothing wrong with the 9 on its highest vibration. It's when you go down the lowest, the contention and the argument, and when you allow yourself to be aimless and uncreative. You got it, because really it's a number of healing and higher level of humanitarian. The 27 is totally different. So in that particular house, you need to be creative and productive in that house. So that's why it's a good house to do a lot of writing and release a lot of things, because 9 is the number of releasing. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Be safe, and I hope you write. Let me know when you write that book. Okay. All right.
Okay, will do.
All right. I like to hear a good story. Greetings. Hold on. Somebody's trying to call me. I'm trying to get to that call, but try calling me back. 718-210-8853. You could also call me via WhatsApp. If you are a WhatsApp user, you can call me WhatsApp. My WhatsApp is now on and popping. Okay, let me go to the phone lines. Turn down any apparatus that you're listening to me on and talk to me over the phone. Who am I speaking with? Welcome to the show.
Hi, King Simon. This is Deidre.
Deidre, what up, girl? How you doing?
What's up? I met you at the event on the for the women's conference just in the hallway. You're wonderful. Congratulations. I'm so glad you won.
Thank you. Did you have fun at the conference?
I did. It was a blast. The Forbidden Knowledge family did a wonderful job of making it just top brass, high class, everything from top to bottom was awesome.
We had a good time. So the topic on the table, my darling, is family. How would you rate your family? Healing, not healing? What's going on with your family there? Real quick.
I would say that we're pretty well adjusted.
Good. Good.
And I would rate them pretty high. I want to say I'm going to give them an 8.
Good. Ain't nothing wrong with that 8, girl. You know what I'm saying?
And I would say the only thing wrong is that we don't talk about issues, or everyone's pretty conventional and traditional. And right now, while I'm, on this journey and trying to transcend and ascend and having a transformation, I don't really have anyone in my family to talk to about it. Wow. And I want us to all rise, or at least, some of us.
That's good. I mean, you do it. When is your birthday?
My birthday is April 13th, 1975.
You're born the same day as Al Green. Okay, Al Green. Okay, for the good times.
Yes.
For the good times.
I turned 49 this year, so I also had a 4 birthday with the 4 and a 4.
Yeah, so just keep your mind right and keep it on a higher level, because 13's. You got to protect your mind at all costs. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. That was said by somebody born on the 22nd of the month. But that, keep your mind high. I would suggest, now that you're in this, what they call Saturn return, they would call it, that 49 energy. That's what they call it in certain aspects of astrology. It's time to restructure, reorganize for higher level, because 4 is a structure number, 9 is higher level. Have you ever heard of Queen of 4?
Yes, I have.
Go take her class. You would do well in her class. She's born on the 13th also. Take her class.
Nice.
Yeah, she's on August 13th. And I think if you went through that Sacred Woman Gateway, it would be very important for you, because she allows you to express yourself, and they have accountability teams around them, to help you with morning prayers and all that. You want to keep on going higher and higher as you're going into your 50s, because your 50s can be some of your greatest years, and going into your 60s. But you got to do the enjoyable work, which I call plurk, playful work, plurking.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Not twerking, plurking.
Yes. And so my mom, let's just talk on this, because my mom is she was born October 24th, 1950, and her and her twin brother, they have anxiety. He's a little bit more telling of it and showing of it, but she denies it, and it's really hard to be a good daughter and help her when she kind of denies that she needs help. And I understand that it's hard to become a senior and have your children take care of you. How can I want to be able to communicate with her without hurting her feelings or making her feel like she's old. Or
well, your number is one of her challenge numbers. And either you're going to challenge her to be the best, or you're going to challenge her to be the worst. And that's what she don't want, and communication, go, because when you add your personal numbers together, it adds up to 37. Does she still pray?
She prays. She's highly religious. She's
then pray
Pentecostal.
Does she watch things that make her laugh?
Oh yes, we laugh in our family.
Then that's where you stay. You stay right there, laugh and pray with her. That's it.
Okay.
Because your birthday is the 13th, the day you born, and she was born on the 24th. That's the 37th. Laughter and prayer will keep that growing, and then it adds up to the 10 that will make it successful along the route. But it's not overnight. And every now and then, with the spirituality, you drop your little things, but you can't force nothing on somebody like that. You got to make sure you're keeping up with what she loves to do, and maintain that. You might believe whatever you want to believe, but always be willing to be flexible and adaptable with your mama.
All right? Absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome, my dear. You be safe out there, okay? Thank you very much for coming.
Have a wonderful day.
All right, cool. Yeah, and it's important that I stopped doing compatibility sessions because it takes a lot of mathematical breakdown. You see, I just went straight to her. I didn't do their whole year and everything. I just went to the personality numbers. And when I added her 13 plus her mom's 24, that adds up to 37. So it tells me what they need to do in order for them to maintain a stable relationship with their personality traits with the numbers. See where I went? That's how you do it. But when I do a whole compatibility, I do it with the names and the birthdays. I do it all. But the money circulation is a little bit more than my regular sessions and my regular 15-minute pre-recording and my half an hour pre-recording. It goes into at least an hour and a half breakdown. And compatibility sessions, I require both of them to be, I require both of them to be on the phone line, so I can get rid of find out your powers and your traumas and your dramas and how to relieve that. And then I even recommend you to different people that can help with relationships, like Mancho and Washa, that couple right there. Or I'll recommend you to people like the great Alicia Watkins, Dr. Alicia Watkins, Boyce Watkins' wife. Good people, man. Always good people. Sometimes you got to be willing to do that ceremonial thing, man. Big up to Aisha. She hitting me up right now. Big up to Aisha. She was also there, born the same day as one of my former wives. Got along very well on the trip. Very fun, loving. Reminded me of me and my ex-wife from back in the day, how we met at the club or a party. That's where we met at, or some event. And that's usually how me and people born on October 30th will meet in those environments, because it's a fun-loving environment. And it's so funny, So big up to Aisha. She just texted me, and big up to her and all the people that they was rolling with that day, and all the things that they're doing. And it's a beautiful thing that I was able to meet up with a lot of people and take pictures and all that. So anybody that met with me and took a picture with me, please send it to me via DM or text me. Text it to me. You can text it to me via this number or text it to me via my consultation number right here. Anybody that met up with me at the award show, took a picture of me. Only one person I regret not taking a picture with. It was an older lady, and we was trying to make the picture. I should have took the camera, but I was moving so fast. I was trying to take a picture, and she said, "Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah." She said, so obviously she's an old school Muslim from back in the day. But enough respect to her if she's listening. But enough respect to Aisha, born the same day as my former wife. And me and my former wife get along together. But I think if we would have went down the religious road, and I left the religion. But if we go down the spiritual road, we work even better now. But she's on her own journey. I'm on my own journey. But I understand people born on October 30th. That's one thing I do understand. Those type of sisters. Okay, Aisha sent me the picture. She must be listening. Thank you very much, Aisha. Beautiful, beautiful smile. And again, she reminded me of my former wife, because that's how we met. That's how we started conversing at a club environment with music and all that kind of stuff. And all of that, 4 children later, and marriage. That's how it usually happens. I'm very careful around people born on that October 30th energy. Because we usually fall in love with each other real quick. That's how that get down. So big up to Aisha and her partner that she is rolling with. And I just told her to be patient with him, especially being born under that one frequency. They got to be patient with each other, because understand what's so funny. And I'm gonna deal with her. I'm gonna deal with Aisha real quick, Aisha. I'm gonna deal with you real quick, Aisha. If you don't mind, I just want to touch your personality. Him being born on the 10th and she being born on the 30th equals the number 40. So it can have a weird, unusual communication sometimes. So y'all gotta be be willing to communicate clearly with each other. Make sure y'all dot all I's and cross every T. And so Aisha, I just wanted to touch that for you and your significant other, that you have to be patient with each other. When that 4 energy come up again, him being born on the 10th and she being born on the 30th, when that energy, that 40 energy come up, you got to be a little bit more patient with each other. And if one person is not willing to make it happen, it won't work. One person is not willing to make it happen, it won't work. I know this personally, because although I'm born with my ex-wife, she's born on the 30th, and I was born on the number 1. That add up to 31, which is a 4. So laughter and being creative is the way we would make it work back in those days. But because we were both in a religious organization and she came under Islam, and some of that, we lacked a lot of that. And if I had to do it all over again with somebody born on that 30, I would do it more laughter, more creative, and then building the business and structure and loyalty. That's how it works. Because her 40 is a number of loyalty, and it's to be loyal in every aspect and every level of that. But if, again, one person is not doing it because of their past and their mommy issue, daddy issue, and all that bullcrap, it ain't going to work. It don't work. You're much. Hey, that's why you got to do a session with me, Aisha. There's Aisha. What's up, yeah? And thank you for sending the picture. I'll make sure I post it, So anybody that did anybody who wants to send me a picture, you can send it to the number here. That's my iPhone, or you can send it to my my appointment number phone there. You can send it to that number. Anybody that took a picture with me at the awards, like Aisha did, and all of that, she just sent me a picture. Beautiful picture. We was on the yacht at that time. I think we was on the yacht. Yeah, we was on the yacht, I believe. Yeah, we was all in all white. We was on the yacht, so it is what it is. Anybody else want to call in before I close out? Call the number on the screen. Here's the number on the screen, or the one that's scrolling down, scrolling on the bottom of the screen. 718-210-8853. Call me now. Camino, like Miss Cleo would say. 718-210-8853. Family. I broke down family, the importance of family. How would you rate your family? That is the topic on the thing. Because, family has been, family could be very interesting. Family can be your challenge also. Whether it's business family, whether it's an intimate family, whatever it is, they can be a challenge to you. So you got to pay attention to the little things that they can challenge you with. Here's a good book I'd like to show everybody that's not necessarily about family, but it's numerology. This is a good book called Egyptian Numerology. Egyptian Numerology by Sarah Beckmeyer. Sarah Beckmeyer. Egyptian Numerology. Good book. I always tell people to study every little thing. I'm not afraid to buy books. If my spirit draw me to it, it will come full-fledged. It come, and I'll buy the book. I'll put it in my cart or something like that, and boom. The book serves a purpose. So last call to make that call, 718-210-8853. And if you're on WhatsApp, you can use +1 718-210-8853. Don't call me after the show is finished unless you're going to text me for an appointment. And those who want to text me for an appointment, either the 15-minute pre-recording or the 30 to 35-minute conversation with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. Remember, when you text me, you're making an investment in your mathematical frequency. Believe that. You're making an investment in your mathematical frequency so you can be guided from my perspective and also add your own guidance perspective of what, because you're the only one that know yourself. Numerology is just one of those indicators of where you need to go, how you need to do it, and how you can get there. Astrology is also that also. So remember, when you book a session with me, family, it's worth it as long as you know you're worth it. Let me say that again. It is worth it as long as you recognize that you're worth it. That's it. And if you're an adult and you book a full session with me, I do your children's birthday for free, at least 1 or 2 of them. Don't give me 7 children, only the young babies I'm working with. I want to give y'all an inkling of what y'all need to pay attention to. So if you do have a child and you have up to at least 3 young people under the age of 13, I will jot down their numbers within your session for that half an hour session. You could spend 15 minutes on them if you want. I will break down just their birthdays, but I do 15-minute recordings for children also. If you just want to record for the children and you want to just have that recording ready so you can guide them, because remember, in my book, I reveal the basic superpower of every number. In my book on page, it starts on page, it starts on chapter 8, maximize and activate the vibrations of your numbers. And then I start to give you the superpowers of the number 1, the 2, 3, all the way to 9, and the master numbers connected to all those numbers. So it's very important that, get the book also. If you can, on Amazon or Kindle, you can get my book. And also my classes are available. My online class through udemy.com is also available, udemy.com/course/holistic-numerovation You can take my basic course, my introductory course. And if you do take my introductory course, boom, I will also give you a discount to the 8-hour course if you're serious about learning and studying and learning from my perspective, numerovation from my perspective, holistic numerovation. All right. And please support people like Lloyd Strayhorn, who I shouted out at the award show, one of my teachers, astronumerologist, and Palmas. He's a palm reader also. Get his books, get his courses, do all of that. World renowned for many years. Also support the one, the only Nina Diamond. Nina Diamond is Aquarius Maximus mother, cardologist, astrologer, numerologist, and hit her up at Leven, Leven university.com. That's levenuniversity.com, or Diamonds8 at Instagram or YouTube at Diamond8. And if you are looking for some extra work, text this number. You're looking for some part-time work from home, male or female. If you want to work from home, part-time or full-time positions available. This is one of my new advertisers, Alicia Kair Ill. Part-time, full-time position, seasonal, permanent, daily direct deposit. Text the number 770-861-9906. That's 770-861-9908. You could also create your own schedule, but you must pass a federal background check. If you're not a criminal, you can do this. If you're a criminal, forget about it. Don't do it. You know you ain't going to pass the federal background check. Don't even holler at her. Text the number 770-861-9906, because she has a whole lot of businesses working out of her house. I remember helping her put up all her certificates. She had over 50 certificates for, I think, PhDs, master's degrees, and all that. But she turned her temple and her house into a business. And that's where she works all her business out of that. 770-861-9906. And remember, big up to CarrieAnnIngram.com. Make sure you do a tarot spread with her. She got jewelry with healing jewelry. And she's also about that distant Reiki energy. She's a master Reiki teacher and healer. And make sure you go to CarrieAnnIngram.com. And family, get your early bird tickets for this event coming up. Scan this code right now. It's now August, so the price has gone up from $25 to $35. Come on out, celebrate Baba Dick Gregory, and come on out and hear Baba Ashra Kwesi and Mira Kwesi as we give that legacy. Tribute to Dick Gregory will have invited guest speakers, Dr. B. Sirius, Brother Rich, Tassili Ma'at, and of course, food will be provided, and also by Blue Pill and his beautiful wife, Rashida. And don't forget, Red Pill is also going to say a few words and all that. And then more than likely, if Professor Griff is in town, he'll say a few words on behalf of Dr. Baba Dick Gregory. And then Baba Ashra Kwesi will close out the ceremony from 2:30 all the way till 5:30 that evening. All right. Location will be given on September the 1st. Location will be given. And remember, live stream for the Eventbrite Gathering of the Masters live stream. Make sure you go to the live streaming on that. Boom, 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 bap. And let me see. Cartomancy is very important. Check out Cartomancy. Cardology in a different direction. Cartomancy is good. Check out Amira. Hit her up at 518. Text at 518-796-7638. And if you want any studio recording done, audio books done, my son can help you out. I know I haven't done my audiobook because I haven't focused on it yet, but forgive me. But the audiobook will be coming out. I'm going to just have him edit it without all the extra stuff. I don't need to do all of that extra stuff. I'll just let him edit it, and we can make it happen and upload it. You know, I want to upload it on for free without commercials. I really don't want commercials on the upload, but you can donate if you want. And also, those who want to be part of the membership on my YouTube channel, I'm going to post the link, my membership on my YouTube channel right here. I'm going to post the link in the chat right now. Join my membership. I got some exclusive content on there already. Join the membership. We put it in the chat. Here it is. It's in the chat. Join my membership. I'm going to be doing some more exclusive content on there, an exclusive interview with Dr. Valentine, because I want him to go all in. I want him to go in there, and on my Patreon also. So you get to join me on Patreon and on my membership on YouTube. And here's my new channel, Livicated to Numerovational Quotes. I'm going to put it in the chat. You can join that channel also. This channel is dedicated to, if you want to get motivated in any way, boom. This is my numerovational channel. Yeah, that's different. Yes, my dear, it is different than Patreon. I do have a Patreon page, but this is my membership on YouTube. It's a YouTube membership for exclusive content, but also Patreon has exclusive content also. I'm going to do a little different than Patreon that I'm going to do on here. So I'm going to do it a little different. The tier system is different also on my YouTube membership, okay? Members only. It's members only tonight. Members only, baby. And also, again, I just set up a new numerovational quote. Oh, you have the Patreon? Oh, yeah. Keep on using the Patreon. I'm going to have more, but I'm going to do a little different also. But keep on using the Patreon. It's cool. But I'm going to do a little different on the membership. But make sure y'all log into this new YouTube channel. It's a free YouTube channel, Numerovational Quotes. I haven't put up anything yet, but I'm going to start putting numerovational quotes based on numbers and why it's important with music backgrounds and boom, 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 boom. Produce music backgrounds. And that can be used on YouTube only. And I'll speak over those YouTube, just one line quotes that you can probably just tap in anytime you and just run down the series of different, but I've decided to do that after I came back from the award show. Numerovational quotes, no matter how long it is, how short it is, it will be quotes that can help you along the way of your journeys as you're interpreting numbers yourself for yourself. I'm actually putting everything on paper to be able to quote it. So I gotta print out a few things also. But this is a new YouTube channel called Numerovational Quotes. Numerovational quotes. I want people to stay motivated because no matter what's going on in politics and religion, and the world is going to be destroyed here and there. Every time the world is going to be destroyed. It's been destroyed for the last 10,000 years. And damn it, that's the time we've been hearing it. So stay motivated, stay numerovated, stay high, stay on your high vibration by all and any means necessary. All right. Okay, so if nobody wants to call in, it's all good. Let me keep it moving and get on out of here. I want to thank each and every one of y'all, even on Instagram, on IG, on Facebook. Thank all of you. Thank everybody for congratulating me. And want to thank all my beautiful sisters and people and brothers that came out, and so it's so important that we recognize our greatness, not just through astrology, not just through cardiology, but also the numbers. Recognize that every number has a possible great vibration that you can use to be better in what you do and how you do. And once again, I want to thank everybody that came out to the award celebration for Forbidden Knowledge. I want to thank Billy and Elizabeth and the whole team, the whole family that came out. Tonight, we're going to have a great astrologer on our show tonight, the one, the only Lorenzo Sanford. He's the author of The Beautiful Logic of Astrology. I'll have that book in front of me, but he's also a musician, and he heals with music. He's a drummer, a percussionist, and I want to bring him on, and he's going to have a good time with myself and Carrie Ann Ingram on this beautiful day of the number 7. 8 plus 7 plus 20, 24 equals 20, 39. That adds up to a number 14, which is a 5. So we're going to have a great, great, innovative day. I heard that we're in retrograde. Just remember what retrograde is all about. Retrograde is not just computers going this way and haywire. Brother Rich had to use a new computer yesterday because of it. But you can use retrograde to your advantage, because if there's communicational glitches and things like that, just make sure you have more than one computer. So you can, when things start going wrong, you don't go with it. Don't let Mercury retrograde throw you off your game plan. I got 4 computers around. I got 7 computers around me right now. 2 of them is up and running just in case. And I got my phone just in case I have to slip off of my computer because it went through a glitch. Boom, go right into our computer called the phone, and we're going to do it. All right, and make it happen. All right, that's what it's all about, family. That is what it's all about. Don't get caught up in the, it's Mercury retrograde, so I can't communicate. But if you got to go to a job or on a job and you know you got to be there for a certain time, in Mercury retrograde, because things can happen on the street, on the road, while you're driving, communications, technology can happen, you leave an hour or two ahead so you can make it to the job on time, or make it to that abundance circulation on time. That abundance, that's what I call a job from now on, abundance circulation, because you're going there to circulate your energy to get paid for that energy, to circulate more funds for you. All right. So that's what it is for me. All right. So family, I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of the journey. I want to thank all of you for recognizing your brother's greatness. Everybody that voted for me for the Forbidden Knowledge, again, thank you from all over my heart, not the bottom of my heart. Oh, I don't know where that quote come from. I'm gonna look that quote up, what the bottom of your heart mean, but all over my heart, because there's a whole apparatus working here. So from all over my heart. And again, family, don't forget my books are on sale. And if you do want to ask me any questions, please ask me at the email right there at the bottom. askthenumerovator@gmail.com. That's askthenumerovator@gmail.com. And also do remember, I do have a hardcover books. I'll have some of the hardcover books with me at the Gathering of the Masters. But I also have all of these books, different, but not. And I'll have all of Billy. I have all of Billy's publication, like 20 of each of Billy publication with me too. So make sure y'all tune in. Remember what Dr. B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair said. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Thank you all. Again, this has been the Numerovational and Spiritual Perspective of Family. And what I broke down earlier, it's in the description. So make sure y'all tune into the description if you want to go through all those, what I did, the positive and negative of the word family. Go ahead and do it and lock in. Again, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be strong, be focused. I love you because I love myself, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing you could do about it. Peace. Take care.
Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually. Right. So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, his show is called. It was really based on numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny.
Yes. By
King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
This is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovator. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.